Organising the killing of renowned Russian journalist Anna Politkovskaya has been arrested by Russian police. Politkovskaya was gunned down at her Moscow apartment building 5 years ago. Well, let's get the latest from RT's Igor Piskunov. He's in central Moscow at the moment. Igor, what do we know about the arrested man then?
Well, the arrested man is a former lieutenant colonel of the police. He was actually one of the witnesses during the course of the investigation who presented himself as somebody with exclusive access to information coming from the suspects. But investigators say that they suspected he could be directly linked with journalist Anna Politkovskaya's murder from almost the very start of the investigation. But it's only now that they've managed to gather enough evidence to detain him. His name is Dmitry Pavlyuchenkov, and it's suspected that he received an order from somebody to organize Anna Politkovskaya's murder. He found, allegedly, the people who would do it, planned the entire thing, and supplied them with weapons. But according to the deputy editor-in-chief of Novaya Gazeta, the newspaper where Anna Politkovskaya used to work, and they've been holding their own separate investigation as well, he says that even if Dmitry Pavlyuchenkov is the man who organized Anna Politkovskaya's murder, it doesn't necessarily mean the authorities will be able to quickly find the people who ordered it.
The arrested man was a prosecution witness in the case. As far as I understand, he had been misleading investigators in a very clever way for a long time, pretending to be an important source of information about the murder. We and the prosecutors have doubts that he was sincere, but there was not enough evidence. No prosecutors have enough evidence, also collected by Novaya Gazeta, that showed this man was linked to Politkovskaya's murder. It's difficult to say if this arrest will help to discover who ordered the murder, because such crimes are based on very complicated schemes. There may be a long chain of mediators, so it will take time before investigators can answer all the questions.
Well, despite that, has this actually brought the prosecutors any closer to finding a solution to this case?
Well, it's really hard to say since the investigation has been continuing for quite some time, and surely the murder of Anna Politkovskaya is one of the most high-profile cases probably of the last decade. Just to remind you a bit about her, she used to work for Novaya Gazeta, a newspaper in Russia. Her reports mostly focused on the Chechen Republic and the human rights situation in Russia, and she was murdered right as she was entering her apartment building in the very center of Moscow back in 2006. This caused a huge reaction both here in Russia and among the international community, with people demanding that those who planned and organized her murder are brought to justice. There were 4 suspects from the beginning. 2 of them are still under the investigation. Another person was detained a few months ago, and now possibly this man, the former police officer who could have organized Anna Politkovskaya's murder. But of course, that is still to be found by a court if indeed Dmitry Pavlyuchenkov planned and organized Anna Politkovskaya's death.
Igor, thanks very much indeed for that live update on this case there in central Moscow.